I need to come up with some like catchy way to start my videos. But anyways, we're back for vlog number 33, which is like kind of insane. But this week we're driving from Bede in North India, and we're going to this little village called Rajgundha. And I didn't really know what to expect when we were going on this, but even the drive up there was just like, I don't know. I'll continue to say there's something about being so little in nature, like it humbles you in the best way possible. It just kind of reminds you, like, no matter what you're going through, like, you're just tiny, not in like a dismissive way, but like a look at the big picture type of way. But so we drove all the way up here, and oh my gosh, at this point, it literally felt like we were standing like in the clouds. And this is actually where this is Billing, where people take off from the paragliding, and I think it's so cool. It's like really interesting to watch, but I still don't know if I don't think I'm interested in going, but the views up here were incredible. And this is actually kind of funny, but this Rajgundha place is like a tiny little village. Like, I would say Bede is a pretty small little town, but it like has everything that you need, and it's got a little bit of like Westernish things, like the cafes and such. But this Rajgundha is like super raw, like very village. And I actually grew up in a really small town in Ohio called Andover, and this town basically consisted of like a square. Like, the street was in a square, and the whole town was just like a couple of shops around the square. It had like one grocery store, one electronics store, one like bakery, one like, hardware store, and that was like it. It was like very basic. And so being raised in a little town like that, it definitely instilled a lot of things in me and has a huge impact on like who I am. And I was recently living in Miami before I went traveling, and I hated it. Like, it was just, I hate the city life. But like, look at how this is the town. This is Rajgundha. That's it. Like, that's all that there is. Like, there's like 2 little restaurants, like barely anything. And there's just the simple life, or like simple living. I feel like it has such a special way of like stripping away everything that really doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter what you wear, or designer clothes, or what kind of car you drive. It matters like the conversations you have with people and the connection you're able to make with people. And when you're in environments that are stripped away and you don't have any of that flashy materialistic stuff, all you have to focus on is the people. All you have to focus on is the connection. All you have to focus on is like humanity. And the older I get, the more that I realize that that's just something that I'm craving, like really, really craving. Like, oh, I don't know why I all of a sudden just like got emotional, but it just like makes me really sad to be in environments where there's just so much materialistic things and people are just so superficial, because I feel like it's such a disgrace to my soul, to every human being's soul, to mask up so much with all of these superficial coverings. It's almost like all these band-aids of like, I'm somebody because I have this much money, or I'm somebody because I have this car, rather than I'm somebody because I value life. I value other people. And I don't know, it just like, oh, I'm actually getting really emotional, but it's just like really sad. Okay, so this was another village we went to that's like across the river from Rajgundha, and oh my gosh, this was like a real village. And to see the people living like that was just like, I don't know, it felt like the deepest exhale and like the most wholesome inhale to like, one, I felt like a privileged little like, not a-hole, but you know what I mean? Like, me showing up there like that, it's like, it makes me realize like how out of touch I am in with life. And I feel like even over the last like, especially 2 years, I've really stripped away everything from me. I mean, if you go back and watch any of my vlogs, you'll see that I've gotten rid of almost all my material things. I'm living from a suitcase, and I really only have the bare minimum, because as much as that does come with some discomfort, it's come with so much more comfort of knowing that I'm not defined by items, and my life is so much bigger than owning a big house with a bunch of material that doesn't really signify anything other than items. And being back in an environment where it's like such a small town, I feel like was exactly what my soul needed. I really just wanted to like sit there by the river and just like not say anything and let my brain process that like this is real life. Like sitting up here and looking down on the river like this was just like, I don't know, it just makes me feel like this is what life is about. Like to come to the little corners that remind you like what's important in life, and to remind you that hustling and selling your soul, or becoming somebody you don't want to be in order to achieve things that only really look good on paper, is just nothing that I'm interested in. And I hope to continue to spend the rest of my life finding little pieces like this that remind me who my soul is and what I really want to achieve here on earth. And it has nothing to do with items. But I got a little emotional in this one. But next week I'm actually going on another vacation, so I'll see you on next week.